Hello everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Happy weekend, it is Saturday and there is transfer news. Newcastle United have made their first bid for this upcoming summer transfer window. We are in the market now, it is all happening. It's been a mad, busy last couple of days. We had the Adidas kit launch yesterday. Make sure you check out that on the channel if you haven't already, and shout out to everyone I talked to yesterday, and it was great meeting everyone and we had good crack, and everyone in the hundreds waited hours for the brand new Adidas kit. I've went for the old retro run that I've just chucked on there, coming out the shower, because fresh out the shower, fresh breaking news. Now I say first transfer bid, remember this is according to the Mail, so it's not on Sky Sports News yet. Obviously, the club obviously aren't going to say anything, but sources are now picking up on it, and Craig's normally good with this sort of stuff. He's been getting loads of exclusives lately, hasn't he? So this one looks for you. We obviously know the rumours of James Trafford have been there for weeks now, and it looks like that's who Newcastle United are choosing to go with in their pursuit for a new goalkeeper. Like I say, this is the first bid of what's expected to be a very busy transfer window for the Toon. First bid in terms of actual cash, hard-earned cashola, because we know we're getting Lloyd Kelly on a free if everything is to be believed, and Chelsea don't try and come in and sign him like they did with Toscano Rabayo. He penned a 4-year deal yesterday, didn't he, at Stamford Bridge. Good luck to him. Enjoy that bench. Enjoy the extra money, but enjoy the bench tossing. You tosser. But if Lloyd Kelly's set to come in, which he is, he should be announced in the next coming weeks. He's a free agent now from Bournemouth. He was from their release list a couple of days ago, so Newcastle are set to announce him as our first signing, you'd suggest, but our first paid signing in terms of a transfer fee could well be James Trafford, the young England goalkeeper who has just been cut from Gareth Southgate's Euro 2024 squad. Now, we know he wasn't going to make that plane to Germany because Southgate had 4 goalkeepers on the book, so he's gone. Now they're left with Ramsdale, who had a stinker last night against Iceland. Well, the whole team did. Very, very shit. A lot of them, honestly. Just when I thought it might be coming home, I was reminded of Southgate, Snoozegate, Snoozeball. Anyway, there's less said about that, the better. So we have Aaron Ramsdale, Sam Johnstone, and Jordan Pickford. Tiny Holmes Pickford, who's set to be England's number 1 this summer. We've got problems all over the pitch, to be fair, but I'm not going to get... So anyways, England, Southgate, you had plenty of keepers to pick from there. You had 4. The young Trafford has gone now. England and many other clubs highly rate James Trafford. I say highly rate, but Burnley didn't rate him that well. Started dropping him towards the end of last season. You know what I mean? He was getting dropped for number 49 or something. Oh, so that's not a good sign, but obviously Burnley did highly rate him. From Man City, who highly rated him, they paid big money. I think, did they pay 15 million, something like that, for Trafford from Manchester City, who he's never going to get a game there. You know, I mean, no one's getting ahead of Edison. So he had to go on to the likes of Burnley to develop his career. He went over to Turf Moor to play under Vincent Kompany. They have now been relegated. But like I said, the thing that worries me is that he did go out the team towards the end of the season. They started picking, what is he called, Muric or something? I don't know. Who cares about Burnley? Do you know what I mean? They got relegated. They were crap. That's why you can't, I suppose, really judge Trafford too much, because Burnley were always doomed for the drop. The defence was terrible. So how many shots and goals is he going to concede and have to save and, you know, be pelted at? Because any keeper, Edison would struggle at Burnley. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard to judge him on that. What I would like to judge him on and look at is, you know, his time in England, where he won the Golden Glove for the youngsters. You know, he really shined in those tournaments at the under-21s, under-19s, all of that. So, listen, he comes with a huge reputation. He has got bags of potential. That's why not just us are interested in Trafford. The Mail are reporting that Liverpool and Bayern Munich, amongst others, are also very interested in Trafford's signature. So he's 21 now. He's very young for a goalkeeper. So that's the thing you've got to look at as well in terms of goalkeepers. You know, you've seen big shout out Buffon, legends of the game, go up to the age of 40 and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So your keepers, you're not obviously having to be as fit in that sense of covering distance on a pitch like the outfield players. So they can't play into later ages than your outfield players. So 21 for a keeper is so young. So with Newcastle, linked with them, £16 million is the bid we have placed according to the Mail. Apologies for us getting into that so late. I've waffled on for quite a bit. So Newcastle United have placed a bid for £16 million to Burnley for James Trafford. That's according to the Mail. However, Burnley are after £20 million. So talks between the clubs are ongoing. Ongoing talks between Burnley and Newcastle United over the signing of James Trafford. So the Toon have went in there with a £16 million offer. I don't think they get him for that cheap because I'm sure they pay like 15 million for him from Man City. Rising to 20 million, if you could try and get add-ons, that could be a better way of doing it from Newcastle's point of view. You could say, right, 16, but then if he makes 10, 20 appearances next year, then he can have your 20 million. Burnley are obviously going to hold out for that lump sum, that 20 million figure. If we can meet in the middle, I could see us getting a deal here for Trafford for around 18 million quid. So, 18 million, 60 million, Burnley want 20 million for Trafford, a keeper that's going to compete with Nick Pope. Now, I've not been shying away from this. I've not been quiet on my desire for Georgi Mamadishvili. He has been my number one target for that number one jersey. The Valencia keeper, the Georgian, 6'6", Munster in goal, quality record in La Liga, loads of teams sniffing around him. His price tag is going to go even higher up after the Euros. He's got a 41 million euro release clause. Valencia are happy to listen to those kind of offers. So that's who I would be after. I would like a bit of mama in the Toon. But it looks like we've been priced out with that move. And we've also been priced out with a move for Aaron Ramsdale. Talk about him in a minute. So Mamadishvili, he'll be my number one. I think he's class. I think whoever he goes to, he's going to have a great career. And I was eyeing up Mamadishvili to come in and be our number one. And be our best goalkeeper, our top goalkeeper, our starting keeper for the next 5-10 years. Our Edison, our Allison. That's what I was after. Sort of Spain the team out. So you line him up there with Botman, Bruno and Isak. Sorted. However, no European football now. And the fact of financial fair play is obviously limiting our budget to maybe go and push the boat out for Mamadishvili. We know already we've been put off Ramsdale. Eddie Howe is a huge fan of Aaron Ramsdale. I'm pleased not getting him. I don't really like Aaron Ramsdale. I think on some days he can be great. On some days his mistake cost him dearly. You know, he's error prone. We've seen him talk himself about his lack of concentration. He says he can't concentrate on the game for 90 minutes. I don't want my keeper who can't focus on what's going on in the 85th minute. I mean, Cross is coming in, he's dreaming about what he's going to have for his dinner tonight. I'm not having that, right? No. Can't be having that. Ramsdale is a good keeper on his day, but nah. He's a bit hit and miss for me, and he's a bit mad in his attitude. He's a bit like Pickford, to be fair. I think he's a bit out there. His head's gone a little bit. He's a bit, whoa, crazy. crazy house. But I think for Ramsdale, 30 million is what Arsenal wanted for him. Newcastle were put off that, so then they moved on to Mamadishvili. Then they've obviously been told off Valencia, now it's going to cost 40. I think that you'd rather pay big bucks for Mamadishvili than Ramsdale. But they've went and thought, actually, do you know what it is? What we've done again, which we've done since the takeover, is look at players from relegated clubs. And the last time we signed a keeper from Burnley, we got top 4. So that worked out alright, to be fair. The 10 to 12 million we paid for Nick Pope, that worked out very well. However, Nick Pope is having repeating injuries now. Both shoulders are knackered. Obviously, we're hoping he can come back from this long-term layoff from last season, which was again a shoulder injury. He's had the same injury on the other shoulder, so how good's he's diving, he's landing, he's grounding, and everything going to be long-term, and if you're doing it every week, is that going to have a detrimental effect on his performances? Maybe. And he has, missed games at other times through suspensions, through mad decisions like coming out the box and fucking sliding, tackling Mo Salah and just handballing and nothing. So, I don't... Pope, for me, I think we need another goalkeeper. I've said it, and it's not necessarily priority. Right wing is. Centre-back is. Another striker is. But a goalkeeper is as well, for me, for our style of play, for wanting to develop, the modern game, how it is. And, Pope is a great shot stopper, but apart from that, distribution, terrible. So, looking at Trafford, the thing that worries me is, I look at that and I think that's to learn off Nick Pope. That's to challenge Nick Pope, but Trafford's not going to come in and take Nick Pope's place. However, I think Mamadishvili would, and I think Ramsdale might. Trafford won't. So in that case, it's sound because Karius has left, Dubravka will be leaving, so you need another goalkeeper. So they're obviously going for a younger one who can develop on the training ground, learn off Pope, learn off the coaches, get better, play in the cup games, you'd imagine, especially the Carabao and the early stages of the FA Cup, depending on how we get stitched off in the draws. But that's the way you look at development Trafford, and then in a year's two's time, Trafford's ready to step in and be Newcastle's number one for the next decade with how young he is. But that's banking on potential. That's not banking on now. Yes, he's good, but is he great? Is he Premier League quality? We don't really know yet. He didn't do that well at Burnley, but it's Burnley, so it's hard to judge. So time will tell on Trafford. Let me know in the comments what you think of Newcastle United's £16 million bid for Trafford, likely to be rejected as the Clarets are aiming for closer to £20 million. But it's looking like Newcastle will go back in for him. That's who they're going to choose to challenge Nick Pope for the number 1 jersey at the Toon. Don't know why I said jersey, not American. Goalkeeper position. There we go. I need to go. Busy day at the MMA tonight. So if you're there, shout us out. Stella are obviously doing the late show on the quayside. I won't be there. I'll be watching the fighting at the arena. Hope you have a great weekend, people. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give this one a thumbs up and enjoy yourself.